Hello everyone, and welcome back to the ESCBubble channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the 8 finalists of Luxembourg Song Contest. My name is Ervin, and joining me for this video are Flávio, Nikola, and Joe. We're going to start with Marques with the song Believer.
Yes. So regarding this song, it's for me the song that stood out the most. So it's quite a solid song. But you can also see that it has some of the influences from the Nordics, even though the composers are not Nordic, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe it can sound a bit generic for some people, but whatsoever. So it's uplifting, catchy, and if sung well, I believe it will stand very high chances in the contest. So I'm hoping for it.
I do remember him from The Voice, Germany. I think he was taking part last year, and I liked his voice in general. And I do believe that the song suits him a lot, but it's just missing something for me. It's just not working. Even though the song is called Believer, he didn't convince me, and I don't believe him that much in the spirituality and the energy which he puts into the song, because I do believe that he would need a bit better song in order to showcase all of his vocal abilities, for which I heard from The Voice Germany that he actually has an amazing voice, as I previously said. But we will see.
Let's score Believer out of 10. Flávio?
So my score is 9.
Nikola?
4.
Oh, wow, big change. Joe?
I'm with Nikola on this one. It's a song about fire. I'm giving it a 4.
I'm going to give it a 6. We continue with Krick and Drowning in the Rain.
So this one has been a solid fan favourite. People are going crazy for Krick, which is actually hilarious for me as a Brit to see people putting on social media that they've been going crazy for Krick, because Krick is a commuter town in the Midlands. So it's not exactly like you've called your band Lake Malawi or something really exotic. You've basically called yourself Basingstoke, which I think is hilarious. But let's get on to the song. So I mean, Krick's clearly a very talented performer. This song's actually co-written by Elsie Bay, and you can really hear the influence of her writing, like right down to, like, it has the same motif in the post-chorus that Love You in a Dream had, so like you can really hear that come through. Just looking at some of the lyrics, she's clearly taken a leaf out of Brunette's book and taken some inspiration from Tumblr for these lyrics. I've been missing cigarettes, though I never smoked them, dabbled in tattoos just to awaken your emotion. Read into that what you will. In terms of what this could do, like, I think this has a good chance. I think it could do to Eurovision what Alika's Bridges did to Eurovision 2023, kind of a, calm in the middle of the storm. But it could, and I've put this here specific, I've just put Alice Wonder. Like, it could be ruined by overly involved staging. I think this just needs her on the piano, just singing her heart out, and we'll all have a very good time. Yeah, I like this one.
I think they actually need to go a little bit bigger on the staging for this one, but maybe not with, like, obviously not like with dancing, etc. But they need to set the right mood. Because, for example, like I really like this type of like dark pop ballads, and I also obviously, like, Elsie Bay wrote this, and I think that she really knows how to write well this type of music, because in this particular song, like, the instrumentation is so well done, because each instrument, whenever it comes in, it comes at like the perfect time, and it really manages to stand out. So I do hope that they come up with an interesting staging for it, and that Krick is going to be able to sing this song perfectly, which is actually, it doesn't sound like an easy song to sing. And I really hope that I'm not going to be disappointed. But yeah, just set the right mood, set the right staging, and this could actually go big. But let's turn that into points. Joe?
I'm going to give this one an 8.
I'll also give it an 8. Flávio?
8 as well, actually.
Nikola?
6.
the third act we're going to be discussing is CHAiLD with Hold On.
When the artists were announced, I was really excited about this because I had actually heard of CHAiLD beforehand, because he is kind of from the sort of the same school of like indie sort of semi-rap trap singers that like Mahmood and Youngblood come from. Like he's supported Mahmood on tour, so that was how I'd heard of him. And I'm sorry to say this, but he's absolutely been fobbed off with the Melody Festival and Reject, and it's a real shame because he has so much talent, and he has actually come out and said he doesn't really believe in this song. I mean, it's not on Spotify yet, and I mean, as of when we record this, I mean, that might just be an internal thing, but like in my mind, it kind of speaks volumes, really. Like, kind of as a point of information, like Luxembourg, like obviously Luxembourg needs to get sort of external help with writing songs and stuff, because you know they've got about the population of, you know, about a 16th of London or something, and like, you know, this is what they used to do the last time that they did Eurovision, but Eurovision is a very different beast to what it was in the early 90s. And you know, back then it was just one show. We still had the language rule. Televoting was a pipe dream. You know, the kind of song that they're having to get in now is very different to what they were having to get in the 90s. And I think the fans do need a bit of perspective on that. But at the same time, Eurovision is not just what Thomas Gieson thinks Eurovision is. And I think CHAiLD is capable of so much better. But like, you know, Heart is Like a Ghost Town, My Last Breath, Feel the Flame. This is cliched even for Eurovision. Sorry.
I would go for the same lines. It's kind of cliche and some that we probably seen a lot of times before. However, I think it's quite charming as well. And if sung well, maybe it will stand a chance, because we should not forget that this is one of the 4 artists that has some Portuguese roots in this national final, which in Luxembourg means a lot. So a lot of the population of this little country is from Portugal. So probably regarding that, maybe CHAiLD will have some hopes. And also, the song is very radio friendly. I don't know if it's already being promoted or not, but if it is, it's also a plus for this artist. But yes, I think I also have the same opinion about the song itself. It's quite like in the same line. It doesn't involve too much at certain points, but it could actually evolve. So yes, I think it will all depend on the stage.
Let's score Hold On out of 10. Joe?
It absolutely kills me, but I'm going to give this a 3.
I'm also going to give it 3. Flávio?
6.
Nikola?
4.
Next up, we have One Last Time with Devil in the Detail. Like, I was really invested in this one from the second it started, because I love these beats, I love the rhythm, and I mean, I tend to like this kind of music. The only negative thing I can say about this is that the chorus is a little bit generic, because I feel that like they could have gone a little bit harder in the chorus as well, but okay. I feel that this is the song that I'm going to end up listening to after this national final ends as well, and I just really hope that they're going to perform it well on stage, because if they do, I can actually see them going quite high, and they might even be contenders for victory in that case. Fingers crossed.
I can agree that definitely it's the song which brings you energy, and it's really giving me good vibes, and a song which I enjoy listening, especially because it's among the genre which I really enjoy listening in general. And I was also hyped to hear what will the song turn into when the minute I started listening to it. I was a bit disappointed because it was a bit like heard already, and reminds me a lot on some other performers, such as I don't know, like Imagine Dragons and some other, like just the vibe which gives. But on the other hand, it's something I also enjoy, and I really hope that the song will bring some powerful moments, and that it will have like some lovely breaks and some nice moments. But like, there was something missing, but I still enjoy it a lot. And among the songs which are performing at Luxembourg Song Contest, it's the one I would be definitely listening to even after the song contest ends.
Let's score this out of 10. I'm going to start with a 9. Flávio?
9 as well.
Nikola?
9.
Joe?
I can't remember the last time It's Like Imagine Dragons was ever a compliment in the Euro fandom. I'm giving it a 4.
We're halfway through, so we're going to continue with Edsun and Finally Alive.
So, for Edsun, another Portuguese in the selection, or someone with Portuguese roots, I would say. I think it's one of those songs that actually caught my attention in the beginning, in the recap, which was the first thing that I listened about this selection. And it's very groovy, but then I proceed into listening to the whole song, and it turned out to be quite repetitive. So there is not much of this moment in the song where it kind of explodes, let's say it this way. So it always stays up in that line throughout the song. So it's quite bland. I don't see it making it into the top of this selection.
If there's anyone out there from Luxembourg watching this, make sure to vote for Portugal this year, because Flávio is going to expect your 12 points from the televote. Going back to the song. So the first time I listened to it, and it started like very funky, I was like, okay, like we're getting somewhere. And before the chorus, there was a line where just because of the way that he pronounces the words, instead of I think the line is like, if you doubt yourself or something like that, but because of the way he pronounces the word doubt, I understood if you touch yourself, and I was like, what? But anyways, gave me a good laugh at least. And yeah, so the song has some life in it, has a soul, and you can see that this song wasn't actually like intentionally written for an artist to sing it in Eurovision. Or in the Eurovision national selection, which I find very positive. And I don't know, it just like has a happy element that I can't not like it. So yeah. Let's score it out of 10. Flávio?
6.
Nikola?
As much as I would like it to make me happy, it actually makes me sad listening to the song, so sorry, it's 2.
Oh, wow. Joe?
If I touch myself, I'm giving it a 7. To Luxembourg's answer to the love power.
I'll give it a 6. We got to the 6th act, and that's Angy and Rafaela with the song Drop.
Drop. That title of that song has multiple meanings, to be honest. Has anyone listened to this song twice? Like, I'm genuinely quite curious. I mean, my estimation of this group. So Angy and Rafaela, again, am I right in saying they're Portuguese? Because like Portugal is really invading this national final, and I'm here for it because as a Portugal file, you know, that press photo that RTL put out, I was thinking this is going to be an amazing disaster bop, and I am going to love these two. The Twitter fandom's going to get behind these two. And then they're just given like a bottom of the barrel Norwegian Viking song that they're just not qualified to sing. It's like thinking that, you know, an Olympic champion swimmer would be good at rowing just because they're both on water. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, I want them to. It just does not fit the impression that I got from them when I researched them. And like, you can't sing a song to a fandom that has such a one-track mind as the Euro fandom that contains the lyric, ain't gonna waste my shot. I mean, like, it's just like, there is really nothing to say about this song other than the fact that the violin in the bridge is kind of nice.
From the promo, I also expected a completely different song than the song which they presented, but in the end, I kind of have a feeling that they mixed 3 different songs into one. And somehow, for some unknown reason, for me, it just works. Even though it has some like weird turnovers and snatches the attention for different reasons, definitely the moments with the lyrics could have been improved and could have been better. but for, as I said, unknown reason, just the music and the melody, and even now I can kind of like sing it in my head and then literally have it on back of my mind, and listening to it is something which could happen from time to time. So it's not a song which I could completely exclude from the playlist. So it's not that it's gonna be a one-time listener, definitely. And I do believe that they will be having a nice performance, because as far as I understood, they're also very powerful vocalists, and they really know how to perform well. But we will see that, and we will see how will that turn out on 27th of January.
You asked at the beginning, Joe, if anyone listened to this more than once. I have, but only because like I wanted to double check the second time whether it's actually as bad as I heard it. Because
you could have just said it because I had to research for this.
No. If you listen very closely to the music, it's one single beat throughout the whole song with random instruments dropped in here and there to kind of like mask the non-existing song. I'm sorry. Let's score drop out of 10. Joe?
Gonna kick this off with a 3. Sorry.
I'll continue with a 2. Flávio?
6.
That's the Portuguese influence. Nikola?
6.
That's also the Portuguese influence.
Also, exactly. We are everywhere.
Second to last song we're going to discuss today is Fighter, performed by Tali.
Yes, please. Yes, please just give me more Stardust. I need more Stardust in my life. Like that man, I became absolutely obsessed with him when I got into San Remo, and now he is on a multinational global domination project, and Tali is his first accomplice. I really like this song. I should not like this song as much as I do. It is a little bit sort of cod reggaeton, like with the beat and everything, but I do not mind because it is written by Stardust. And that is where I have my review. No, it's not. I do have other things to say. It's like, again, you can kind of tell that the song's been written for her. I mean, it's not really her style. I think she's kind of a bit more indie in real life, but like, it's perfectly danceable. It's going to be a safe hit at Euro Club, I think, for many years to come. The lyrics aren't revolutionary, but the ignorant bliss of the fact that a lot of Euro fans don't speak French, I think will really aid this song. And like, I can see why it's doing so well in the fan polls. Also, just props for native language singing, which I think we should, it's not compulsory, but I think it's nice to encourage. So yeah, I really like this.
And I feel this is going to be the moment when most of the fandom is going to start hating me, really. Because here I feel that like they tried way too many things and like played around with way too many different sounds to put this song together. So for me, it just sounds messy, and also it's a bit outdated. I also feel it's like this is just too up-tempo for its own good. As for this kind of a song, you better come prepared with like a killer performance, with some like slick dance moves, out-of-breath choreography, and obviously you need to sing whilst doing that. I doubt that Tali is going to be able to pull this off, because I'm happy to be proven wrong, but I don't see her as, for example, Chanel. And also the song is nowhere near as catchy and nowhere near as strong as Slow Mo was. So I believe we're in for quite a disaster live with this one. But as I said, I might be wrong, and I'll gladly be proven wrong on the night. Let's score it out of 10. Joe?
I really hope you're going to be proven wrong. I'm giving this an 8.
I'm giving this one a 3. Flávio?
6.
Nikola?
5.
Last but not least, we have Naomi Aye with Paumée sur terre.
I really enjoyed the music in the song, and I really enjoy the fact that the song is in French, and the lyrics are very nice. The song gives me some ethereal vibes, and I'm all up for it. And it's a song I also listened to a couple of more times after it got presented. and I really hope that Naomi will deliver well live, and that the song will get the support which needs to be getting, because it's a perfection of a song, and I really believe that it could even become a winner and represent Luxembourg at the contest, but we will see about it.
So I would go along the lines from Nicola's comments. So because the song is in French, I think that's a big plus in this selection, which consists most of English songs. And also, given that Naomi is such a young talent, probably she will also be the highlight due to that. That said, that being my objective opinion, turning into my subjective side, I would say that this is quite boring. Doesn't stand out so much for me, but this is just my viewpoint on it. But other than that, maybe there will stand a chance of this winning, given those two factors that I mentioned in the beginning.
Before we do the scores, I do just want to point out that she was born in January 2008, which just doesn't feel real.
Indeed.
Oh, mind blown. What?
Wow.
Oh my god. 2 years
We're
younger than
old.
my brother. I cannot. Oh my god. What?
Let's score it out of 10. Nikola?
9.
Joe?
If Luxembourg wants to take class back to Eurovision, this is what they can do. I'm giving this a 9.
If Luxembourg wants to fail, they should send this. I'm giving this a 3. Flávio?
6.
As you can see, the favorite of the four of us are One Last Time, who scored 31 points, and they're only 1 point ahead of the second place Krick. And Naomi Aye completes the top 3 with 27 points. Now, this is all based on our personal thoughts and opinions, but let's try and predict who's actually going to win Luxembourg Song Contest and represent Luxembourg in Paumée. Flávio?
Well, for me, it's quite hard to decide here. I would say that actually Naomi would be the one standing a chance, just because her song is in French and she's quite young and talented.
I do believe it's going to be between Krick and Naomi, but I do think that even though as much as I like Naomi and I love the song and I love the fact that it's in French and it's my winner definitely, I do think that for some unknown reason the community is going to stand more behind Krick, and that it will be the winning song of Luxembourg Song Contest.
I mean, the thing about a new untested national final is that it could really go any way. I mean, I do think that Krick and Naomi Aye will eventually come out on top because I think their songs demand the least. But I'm also thinking that Edsun could be a bit of a dark horse. I think the authenticity of his song could maybe cut through. He might be wearing a cool hat. He might have his band on stage. And I think people might enjoy a bit of fun. So call me crazy, but I think he could do it.
I think if they do the staging properly and if she sings the song perfectly, I think that this is going to be Krick's to lose. Thank you all for watching. Let us know in the comment section down below whether you agree or whether you maybe disagree with any of our thoughts and opinions, and also tell us who your personal favorites are. And you can also head over to ESCBubble.com and vote in our poll. Thank you all for watching, and thanks Flávio, Nikola, and Joe for joining me. And we're going to see you very soon with our next review video. Bye, everyone.